I drop into my old leather armchair, boots kicked off, toes finally free. Today was all Sterling Heights, every hour swallowed by rotten boards, crumbling plaster, that stubborn staircase that tried to chew up my hands. My body aches, but it's that good kind of ache, the one that says you actually did something. My phone buzzes on the coffee table. I ignore it, reaching for the glass of Cabernet I poured earlier. The wine catches the last sunlight burning red through the window. The phone buzzes again. And again. I take a long drink, then finally grab it, scrolling through the endless notifications. Contractors, clients, just more of the usual chaos. Then I see it. My thumb stops. There's Maya, my sister, wrapped in white satin. Her face glows under a veil. The caption says, "Final fitting for the big day. Maya and Julian. Forever after." My breath catches. Wedding? What wedding? My feed explodes with photos, Sarah in a bridesmaid dress, Aunt Elena fussing with flowers, my mom's hands holding invitation samples. An invitation I never got. I tap the newest post. The comments pile up. Can't wait to celebrate next month. The venue's stunning. So blessed to be part of your day. 57 comments. Family, friends, people I haven't seen since I was 17. Everyone's invited. Except me. My phone rings, jolting me. Mom's name flashes on the screen, Lydia Vance. Of course. I pick up. Mom. Cassie, honey, she says, voice careful, too careful. I was just thinking about you. How's work? My hand clenches. Work's fine. I just saw Maya's wedding dress on Instagram. Silence. 3 beats. Oh. She clears her throat. I was going to call you about that. My knuckles go white. My own sister's wedding? Was my invitation lost? She sighs. Cassie. Her tone shifts, here comes the judgment. Don't make this about you. Maya's sensitive, you know that. Sensitive? What does that have to do with, you're always so busy with your career? Maya thought you wouldn't come. The room chills. I stand, stare out at the Denver skyline, lights flickering in the dusk. So you all just decided to leave me out? My own sister's wedding. Julian thinks family is important, she says, like that explains anything. And I'm not family? My voice scrapes. Of course you are. But you know how things have been. After you criticized her bakery. I laugh, sharp and bitter. I co-signed her loan. $34,000. Paid it back when she bailed. She had the children to think about. Mom's voice hardens. Single motherhood isn't easy, Cassie. I press my forehead to the cold glass. Old memories bubble up, Maya at 10, breaking grandma's vase, me taking the blame. Maya sneaking out at 17, me covering for her. Me, 16, announcing my architecture scholarship. Mom shrugged. Of course you got it, you're the responsible one. Always the responsible one. I haven't been forgotten, Mom, I whisper. I've been erased. Oh, don't be dramatic. She sighs, that long-suffering sound. We'll talk later. I have to help Maya with the seating charts. She hangs up. I just stare at my phone. New wedding photos keep popping up. Maya spinning in her dress. Julian and his groomsmen tasting cake. My parents beaming with a happy couple. A family portrait without me. More texts roll in. Jenna, did you see? Call me. Marcus from work, just saw your sister's wedding stuff. What the hell? Mrs. Henderson next door. Dear, are you aware of what's happening with your family? Even the neighbors notice. I sink back into my chair, 35 years heavy on my shoulders. I spend my days restoring old houses, bringing beauty back to places everyone else gave up on. But I can't fix this. All these years I've been the fixer, the reliable one, the steady hand. Signed the loans, babysat at midnight, listened when no one else would. And here's my reward, nothing. Just empty space where I used to be. The phone buzzes again. I flip it face down without checking. Outside, the mountains west of Denver glow copper in the last light. Boulder sits out there, where my parents still live in that Victorian house we grew up in. Where Maya moved back after Liam left, kids in tow. Where they're planning a wedding, and I'm not even on the guest list. Something shifts in my chest. Not anger, not hurt, just something colder, sharper. A kind of certainty, quiet but solid. This time, I say to the empty room, I'm done fixing what they keep breaking. I grab my phone and pull up Instagram. Unfollow my sister. Then my mom. My dad. Cousins too. Each tap feels like putting down a weight I've carried way too long. It's not revenge. It's just a line I'm finally drawing. Outside, the last bit of sun slips away and my living room fills up with shadows. I don't bother turning on any lights. I just sit there. For once, I'm not scrambling to pick up the pieces for everyone else. The silence feels strange at first. Then it starts to feel like freedom. A few days later, my tires crunch up the gravel driveway of my parents' house in Boulder. Sun catches the stained glass above the front door, throwing bits of red and gold across the porch. The old Victorian sits there, looking just like I remember: fancy trim, big eaves, mountains in the background. I cling to the steering wheel until my hands go pale. It's been 3 days since I found out about Maya's wedding. 3 days of ignored calls, except Mom, of course, leaving voicemails that get more dramatic by the day. Dad appears in the garage, hunched over like always, pretending to be busy. Today, it's the Camaro he's been restoring since I was in high school. He straightens up when he sees me, wipes his hands on a rag that should have been thrown out years ago. His eyes flick to the house and back. No wave. I shut off the engine and step into the thick June heat. Dad. He just nods and disappears deeper into the garage. Your mother's inside. Of course she is. And of course, he won't stick around for this. The screen door squeaks as I go in. The house smells like cinnamon and coffee, Mom's way of making everything seem fine. She appears in the kitchen doorway, looking worried but trying not to show it. Cassie. I was just about to call you. Lydia Vance, always with the perfect timing. Coffee? I made your favorite lemon bars. I don't want coffee. I stay in the doorway, hands shoved in my pockets. I want to know why I wasn't invited to Maya's wedding. Her smile wobbles, but she pulls it back together. Oh, honey, it's complicated. You've been so busy with your career, don't. I cut her off. That's not a reason. She fiddles with the coffee pot, stalling for time. Maya was afraid you wouldn't approve of Julian. You can be intimidating. Intimidating? Because I asked questions after she brought him home 3 weeks in. My voice goes up. He thinks family matters, Cassie. She sets 2 mugs on the counter, hands shaking. And you've always been so independent. The garage door opens. Dad shuffles in, staring at the floor. Don't make things harder than they already are, he mutters. Harder for who? I ask. Maya? Julian? Or are you two, always making excuses for her? Mom's eyes fill up with those tears she's perfected over the years. That's not fair. Fair? I just about shout. Was it fair when I co-signed that business loan for her bakery? $34,000, Mom. That's what I paid back after she ditched it 9 months later. She had the children to think about, Dad says, finally looking at me. After Liam left. Liam left 4 years ago. The bakery thing was last year. I step closer. I've been making those payments while she's posting vacation photos from Tulum. Single motherhood isn't easy, Mom whispers. And Julian is her second chance, Dad says, voice a little firmer now. He has a good job in medical sales. He can provide stability. So that's it. She found someone to take care of her. And now I'm the embarrassment. Did Julian say he doesn't want me there? I ask. Their silence tells me everything. He thinks I don't care about my family. I laugh, the sound hard and ugly in Mom's cozy kitchen. That's rich. Coming from a guy who's known her for, 6 months. Please understand, Mom says, reaching for my arm. This wedding means everything to her. After the bakery. After Liam left her with the kids. Sophie and Leo deserve stability, Dad adds. Always the kids. They're the reason for every mess, every bailout. And what about me? I ask, my voice dropping. What do I get after paying off her debts? After babysitting every weekend she wanted to go out? After months of listening to her sob over Liam at 2 in the morning? Yeah, you're tougher than that. That's what Mom says, like it's some kind of praise. You've always been the responsible one. Responsible. The family ATM. The free therapist. The emergency babysitter. Never the sister who actually gets included. I turn toward the door, suddenly wiped out. Their expectations, their little games, They feel heavier than the timber beams I hauled into Sterling Heights yesterday. Cassie. Please. Mom trails after me. We're family. Family. I pause, hand on the doorknob. Is that really what we are? Dad steps up. Where are you going? Away from here, I say. Simple as that. If Maya wants her perfect wedding, she can have it without me. I leave them frozen in the entryway, faces baffled, like it never occurred to them that I might not just take it this time. 20 minutes later, I slide into a booth at the Brew, Jenna's coffee shop. She spots me, brings over a latte without asking, and sits across from me. That bad, huh? She's known me since college. She can see the fallout on my face. Worse, I tell her, wrapping my hands around the mug. Julian thinks I don't care about family. That's why I wasn't invited. She snorts. Julian? The guy who's known your sister for, 5 minutes? He thinks he gets to judge you. Apparently. Jenna glances around and then pulls out her phone. Speaking of Julian. She slides it across the table. Kelly took these last night at Downtown Lounge. The photos say it all, Julian with his arm around a blonde who's definitely not my sister. They're laughing, all tangled up together. In the last photo, he's got his lips on her neck. My stomach knots. Not surprised, honestly, just bitter, like, of course. When was this? Last night. Around 11. I push the phone back. And what am I supposed to do with this? Jenna blinks at me. Tell your sister? Tell your parents? Stop her from marrying a cheater. The old me would have done exactly that. Rushed to save Maya from herself. Taken the blame when she shot the messenger. But now? No, the word feels strange, but right. I'm not doing that. Not this time. Cassie. I mean it. I'll let the truth come out on its own. I sip my latte, which is already starting to cool. I'm not invited to the wedding, remember? It's not my place to interfere. Jenna studies me. That's not you. Maybe it should be. The thought settles in my chest, not as guilt, but as something closer to certainty. I've spent my life cleaning up Maya's messes. Where did it get me? Nowhere. Not even a seat at her wedding. Jenna just nods. Exactly. I sit up straighter. Let Julian be Julian. Let Maya make her own choices. I'm done being the safety net. And if she marries him, then she marries him. The words should sting more than they do. But the truth is, I can't save someone who doesn't want saving. For once, I'm not throwing myself in front of the next family disaster. It feels uncomfortable, sure, but underneath the discomfort is something new. Relief. Later, I pour myself a glass of Cabernet and settle into my window seat. The Denver skyline glitters against the night. My phone sits face down on the coffee table, silent on purpose. 3 weeks since I found out I was cut from Maya's wedding. And today's the big day at the Highland estate. The Highland, even the name reeks of old money and closed doors. Jenna's kept me in the loop. Mom spent weeks fussing over white lilies and silver accents in that historic mansion. 150 guests. Local press covering the union of Julian Vance and my sister, the eternal damsel. I take a slow sip, savoring the wine. For the 10th time, I have to stop myself from scrolling through social media. What would that accomplish? Instead, I grab my battered copy of Restoration Ethics and Historical Architecture. Work always calms me. But then my phone starts buzzing, rattling across the wood. Again. And again. The steady vibration makes my teeth clench. I put the book down and check my phone, 27 notifications, all in the last 4 minutes. My thumb hovers over the screen. Part of me wants to just turn it off and finish my wine in peace. But old habits die hard, so I swipe. A video fills the screen. Shaky footage from Highland's ballroom, white flowers everywhere, just like Jenna described. Guests in tuxes and gowns pressed against the walls. In the middle, Maya and Julian. My sister's mascara is streaked down her cheeks, her white dress bunched in her fists as she screams something I can't even make out. Julian stands over her, looming. His tux jacket's hanging open, tie crooked. Rage twists his face. You knew I was seeing someone? He yells, voice cracking through my phone. You set me up? Maya lunges at him, shoves his chest. Everyone knew. You weren't exactly subtle. And then Julian's arm whips out. His hand smacks my sister's face. The sound snaps through the ballroom. People gasp. The camera jolts, whoever's filming can't stay steady. Oh my God, I whisper, pressing my fingers to my lips. The video cuts off. I scroll through messages, frantic. Jenna, Cassie. Are you seeing this? Marcus. Holy shit. Just saw the Vance disaster on Instagram. Mrs. Henderson next door. Dear, your family's on the news. Channel 9. I pull up the news app. There it is, already breaking. Society wedding ends in assault charges. The video rolls again, shot from another angle. I catch my mother's face, frozen and horrified. My dad, trying to shove forward, gets held back by two men. The anchor's voice butts in. Police responded to the Highland estate after the groom, Julian Vance, allegedly assaulted bride Maya Vance during a heated argument about infidelity. I snap the phone off, toss it onto the cushion. My heart's pounding in my throat. There's a part of me, and I hate to admit it, that feels a twisted sense of justice. But that slips away fast. I'm just worried for Maya. No matter how much we've fought, watching my sister get hit on what should have been her happiest day, it makes me sick. I drain my wine glass, fill it again, and wait for the next wave. The phone rings at 11:47 p.m. My mom's name flashes on the screen. I let it ring 4 times, steadying myself, then answer. Mom. Sobbing erupts from her end. Cassandra. Her voice is thin, shaky. Your sister's hurt. Please come. I close my eyes. The old words are right there, ready. I'll be right there. I'll fix it. I'll help. But something holds me back. I think of all those wedding photos I wasn't supposed to see. Years spent cleaning up Maya's messes. The money I'm still paying off. I wasn't invited, Mom, I say quietly. Showing up now would just make it worse. There's this thick silence. I can hear her breathing catch. But she needs you, Lydia finally whispers. She always needed you. No, I say, gentle but firm. She needed Julian. She wanted security, status, a fairy tale wedding. What she wanted from me was for me to stay away. That's not fair, Cassandra. I know. Neither was leaving me out. We sit in the silence. I can almost see her face, searching for the words that always worked before. I'm sorry about what happened, I add softly. No one deserves that. But this time, I'm not the fix. She hangs up. The line just clicks dead. I stare at the phone, feeling something shift inside. For the first time, I'm not rushing in to clean up a family mess. The calm surprises me. I sleep better that night than I have in years. The next evening, Jenna shows up with Thai takeout. You holding up? Jenna asks. Surprisingly well, I tell her. After dinner, Marcus texts, some families only want you when there's a mess to fix. I know the drill. His words hit home. I'm still mulling them over when someone knocks at my door, just after 9. I check the peephole. My dad stands there, drenched from the rain. Cassandra, he calls out, voice barely more than a whisper. Please. I need to talk to you. It's about the house. The bank is threatening foreclosure. My hand freezes on the doorknob. Foreclosure? My parents have owned that old Victorian for 35 years. I sigh, unlock the door, and step aside. You have 10 minutes, I tell him. He walks in, shakes his head. It's worse than that, he says, pulling a thick envelope from his jacket. I go to the kitchen, fill the kettle. When he comes in, he looks smaller. We've been using your money for something else, he blurts. What money? The monthly checks. For the house. For years ago, my parents said they were struggling with the mortgage. I started sending them $1,400 every month. For the mortgage, I say, slow and careful. That's what you told me. Not exactly. He slides the envelope onto the table. I open it. Bank statements, loan documents, foreclosure warnings. My eyes land on the loan amount, $210,000. You took out a HELOC? I stare at him. He nods. For Maya. After Liam left, the kids needed stability. I scan the paperwork. There it is, Lydia Vance and Maya Vance as co-signers. My blood runs cold. Dad, Maya hasn't lived there in years. How could she co-sign? Your mother, he whispers. She told the bank Maya was living with us. And it all clicks. The money I've been sending, none of it went to the original mortgage. Just the HELOC. I grab a calculator. For years. 12 months. $1,400 each. $67,200. My voice sounds hollow. You've taken $67,200 from me. You lied. Cassandra, where did it go? I slam my hand on the table. Maya's debts. Legal fees. Down payment on her house. Julian wanted them to live somewhere else. I laugh, sharp and mean. Julian. The guy who hit her at their wedding. That's where my money went. I get up, grab my phone and camera, and come back. I start photographing every document. What are you doing? He asks. Documenting fraud. Bank fraud. Falsifying residence on a loan application. You can't. It would destroy your mother. I hold up my hand. Don't put this on me. I didn't lie. I didn't steal. My phone buzzes. Marcus. My colleague. Bank contact info coming, the text reads. How much is left? I ask. About $70,000. Dad rubs his face. Foreclosure notice came yesterday. They want the whole balance. Now. The next day, I'm standing dead center in my living room. The oak dining table is covered in papers. There's a knock and Elena. I picked her on purpose. Dad's sister, the only one who never picked sides. Thanks for coming, I say. The doorbell rings again. Lydia, Dad, and Maya file in like mourners. No one says a word. I stay standing. Just this once, stop talking and listen, I say. I slide a document across. This is the home equity line of credit you took out 4 years ago, $210,000. Maya's name is on there as cosigner. You said she lived in the house. I tap the bank statements. And these show the transfers, $1,400 from my account to yours, every month. That's $67,200 over 4 years. Maya's face goes pale. Mom? What is this? She asks. Mom told me the house needed repairs, I say, staring at Lydia. She asked for help. I agreed to send what I could. I set out the photos. These are from the bank lobby cameras. Mom depositing my check straight into the Helic account. Lydia's chin comes up. I did what I had to do to keep a roof over the kids' heads. You kept that roof with my money. And my trust. Aunt Elena jumps in quietly. Lydia, this is fraud. Dad finally speaks up. Cassie has every right to be angry. If you want the house, we'll sign it over. I don't want your house, I say. I just want this to stop. Aunt Elena pulls out a notebook. We can transfer the North Acreage lot to Cassie today, quitclaim deed. We could sell it, Dad says. The Miller boy next door's been asking about it for years. 2 weeks later, we meet at a title company. I sign my name and take my copies. Dad touches my arm. I'm sorry, Cassie. For everything. I nod, just once. Outside, Maya shows up. I'll pay you back, she says. Take care of your kids, I tell her. Stand on your own feet. 3 days later, I get a certified check from the sale of that land. It doesn't cover everything I lost. But as I tuck the check into my wallet, it hits me I've gained something bigger. Truth. Boundaries. The freedom to not be in charge of everyone else's happiness. For the first time in 35 years, the only life I have to fix is mine. Morning sunlight spills across my kitchen counter in the little ranch house I've been fixing up. My phone buzzes. It's Maya. Thank you for letting me make things right. The kids miss you. I type back slowly. I'm free Saturday afternoon if you want to bring them by. Her answer comes right away. Just me first. We need to talk. I don't apologize for setting a boundary. 2 o'clock. I have plans at 4. Saturday, Maya stands on the porch, clutching a small wooden box. She looks different, no highlights, tired eyes. We head to the kitchen. She sets the box between us. This is for you. Dad found it when they cleaned out the Victorian. I open it. Inside is our grandfather's pocket watch, gold case, tarnished with age. The one thing I'd wanted. How'd you know? I ask. You brought it up once, back when we were kids. I wind it, slow and careful. The mechanism clicks. It starts ticking. What did you do with the money? She asks. I look her right in the eyes. I didn't keep it. I set up accounts for Sophie and Leo. College. She just stares. After everything we did? I shake my head. I'm done rescuing adults, I tell her. But kids, they still deserve a shot. She leaves about an hour later. No big promises. That night, I sit out on the porch swing. The mountains go gold in the sunset. My journals open on my lap. I write just one thing. The softest revenge is peace and quiet. No bitterness now, no urge to settle old scores. Just this calm, like I've finally come home to myself. In that quiet, I feel free.